obviously going too far to the west. It also supports her question because it's saying that they saw more cars, which are the stones packed on top of each other, and that they're going too far, which he kind of now is pretty obvious to him, and his crew members that they made it there already.
What does bearer mean?
Barrier. Line 14.
This is from your first detail, right? We marched on and found that it was a black flag type with sledge bearer.
Bearer is like what they would like carry the sledges on, and like hold them with.
Thank you. What made you pick text 8?
Because it was the one that I had like the best understanding of, and like the most details that I know about it. They're all connected because they all show that someone had already left, like some signs that they had been there.
So there are clues hinting at the fact that they lost the race,
Yeah.
right? Where's the definitive proof that they lost? 'Cause these are all kind of like clues that add up to the big reveal. So where would we see the actual concrete evidence as opposed to just clues hinting that they lost?
On line 3, it says line 2 to 3, it says, so that it ought to be a certain thing now, and now the only possibility, the sight of the Norwegian flag, forestalling ours.
Was that where they actually discovered the evidence?
Not exactly where they discovered it. That was more of just an idea of the worst thing that could happen. Asia?
In this tent we found a record of 5 movies that's been painted as follows.
Okay, so what's the actual evidence?
That they had left the names there showing that they were the first people.
Right, so what one word there, if we were to like break it to just one word, what's the actual word that shows that there's concrete evidence now, as opposed to just clues that hint at the idea that they lost? Good. Right, so I would circle that word, that's like a real key word there, it's a record, it's a document, it's something physical. Which is almost the culmination of all the clues that you've pointed out for us.
Any questions? Sam?
How do you think you connect, well, how do you connect text 8 to any of the other texts?
It connects to text 9 because these were some of the clues that like they had gotten where they had gotten further in to like see that they were not the first ones there.
I totally agree.
I believe text 3 was the new one, or text 2. Text 3, in the video they mentioned that both Amos and Sense got a video clip saying he's going to sell for what he could add it to upload. He was going to sell more physical.
Why do you think that Scott later on he started recording the temperature instead of writing more of what was happening?
Because there was like less happening, and he decided if like he was gonna have his diaries found, he wanted them to like know the exact times and the temperatures of like when he got there.
Which kind of connects to.
Which connects to text 9 because these were like earlier on before they started getting like worse on their way back, and they were like even forgetting the date.
7, and the question is, how does Roald Amundsen describe the weather in his text? My first detail is from line 1 to 3. December, there was a gale from the north, and once more a whole plain was a mass of drifting snow. What I think about detail 1 is December 5th was a windy day, and it was getting bad. My second quote is on lines 22 to 23. On the morning of December 14th, the weather was of the finest, just as if it had been made for a riding at the North Pole. What I think about detail 2 is the weather is turning good. The last detail is on lines 5 to 6. The day we encountered new surface conditions, big hard snow waves, says Ruby. What I think about detail 3 is there was a big hard snow wave. Do you have any questions? Astronomy.
Can you tell me what a sistruvy is?
On lines 5 to 6. So lines 5 to 6.
Thank you.
I think it's there, right? So what is this distribution according to the text?
This movie is a hard snow wave.
Yes, it's actually defined in context right there for you.
Fish.
How did you connect these films?
I connected it with text 8 and 9 because it all talks about the weather conditions.
What about the weather conditions?
Like how it was if there's a windy and snowy and if it was good or bad.
Okay, does anyone want to comment on, I guess, on the order of the conditions? Because we went from lines 1 and 2, where there was a gale coming from the north, are you all following? Right, and then we went to line 22, 23, where it says the weather was of the finest, as if it had been made for arriving at the pole. And then we went back to lines 5 and 6, where we're talking about this distribution. So does anybody want to comment on kind of the shifts back and forth between the details? Go ahead.
It goes from like bad to good to bad. Like it gets like worse and it gets better, then it gets worse and
Well, the order that you gave us, that's what happened, right? They went from negative conditions to better and then back, but that's because we went backwards in the text. So what I want everybody to do is look at the text. What is Amundsen describing in regards to the weather in this text? The question was, how does he describe it? We've got 3 details for that, right? But how does he describe it if we're looking at kind of the order of events? You can answer, you can call on people.
I think he describes it by like in the beginning when he doesn't know what's gonna happen next, like it was bad, and later once he like has a feeling that they're gonna arrive to the South Pole, that it gets better.
Would you guys agree with that, with her assessment? Okay, so let's find evidence then to support that. And Naomi, you might want to say that again for us, just so everyone's on the same page.
Okay. That I think Will Amundsen said that in the beginning, once they didn't know what was gonna happen next, that they thought it would be worse, but once things